Okay, just pleased to get the first one out of the way. Probably a game this team needed. We noticed where six of the teams in our league played a 9-1 in their first game, and this team needed to learn how to win a little bit. Kelvin Jones needed to learn how to play a little bit. Deion Barrett, Chris Barnes, all those guys needed critical minutes, and they were able to receive them. I mentioned this earlier that 2 years ago we opened with Washington State and then came back with New Mexico State, and all of our new guys never got an opportunity to get out there because they were 3-4 point games going down the stretch, and these kids need some minutes in front of crowds, and hopefully we'll benefit from that. I think the media understands what the issue was for us tonight, and that would be turnovers. On the flip side of that, 29 assists on 34 baskets is a good thing. I thought Dominic Artis was really, really unselfish tonight. And his 13 assists are reminiscent of his first game here a year ago. He had 13 assists in that ball game as a minor. And it was a point of emphasis for him and for us throughout the course of the last week. And I thought he really got some guys some easy shots. Omega Harris in particular, Trey Touchette, some dump-offs to Terry Wynn early in the ball game. So some of them weren't finished, but I thought he did a nice job. And little Deion Barrett, 6 assists, 1 turnover. Nice opening game for him. We can't turn it over that much and have any kind of shot against Wake Forest, obviously. They're a team that will, in my opinion, finish middle of the pack and up. I think they've made great strides with their personnel. I had an opportunity to watch them this last week. Their experience factor is growing. And they're big, they're strong, they're physical. 7 foot, 6'7" on the front line. It'll be a wonderful opportunity for our guys to go out there and understand the value of the ball. We need to learn that between now and Thursday because can't turn it over that much. Thought Terry Wynn played spirited. Paul Thomas was our leading rebounder in 14 minutes at 11 boards. He got in early foul trouble. We didn't put him back in. I thought that was a real nice stat. I think that you don't pay any attention to the rebounding numbers given the size discrepancy and the talent discrepancy on the floor. Coach Mason did a nice job with his team. I thought they were organized. I thought they played hard. But they were overmatched, and we should have probably scored many more points, but did not. Any questions?
You mentioned that you're not going to look at the rebounding margin too much, but you go back in the film and great guys' effort and just going after the rebound.
Yeah, we will do that. We'll see if we had, particularly, when we're on the defensive end, we have 5 guys heading to the lane to go rebound it, which we're going to need to do in our league and certainly this weekend. And I thought at times we had too many guys heading to the offensive board against a good team. A good team would make you pay for that on the other end. But the young guys got some minutes, and that was important. Matt Wilm, we had a 15-minute limit on him. We played him 12 in the first half, and I said, why? Why go play him 3 more? We just have to be so cognizant of the injury. We're hoping that those minutes will be allowed. The doctors will let him grow to 20. Kelvin Jones had a little success tonight. That was kind of cool to watch early on. He's got to grow and understand that I'm the biggest guy on the floor. I'm the best athlete on the floor as a big guy. I need to play with a little more power toward the rim. I need to keep the ball high. He's just learning how to play, basically, and he's going to be a very good player one day, though.
Where were you most encouraged after tonight?
The point guard play of Dominic Artis, the point guard play of his reserve, Deion Barrett. I thought those guys made a lot of really nice plays for others. We have players on our team that need help. They need help in terms of scoring. They need a little space. And he created space for those guys, and he created angles to the basket for our big guys by getting in the lane and dumping it off, by getting in the lane and kicking it out as the perimeter guy had to help toward him. Thought he had a really nice game, and so did Deion. I thought Omega shot the ball well, and you know, he's such a great athlete, and he does some really, really nice things that are special. His energy and speed remind you of Jeep Jackson from back in the day, and his smile and his charisma and all that. You know, I think Jeep was prettier than he is, but he's I thought he did some nice things. The other thing we learned tonight is our two best shot blockers are Trey Touchette and Jose, who came in there late. And that's about it.
After the last exhibition game, you said you wanted to see more emphasis of the ball being thrown into the post. It seemed like you guys really pounded the paint. Were you pleased with that? Just
Yeah. Yeah, we really were. We really were. We threw it in their bunch, particularly in the first half, not so much in the second half. And we got away from ourselves, you know, with a lead, which we've not had. It started going up on one pass. Ball quit reversing. We didn't throw it in the second half. And as a result, we didn't score as many points. And those are great things, though, to be able to go back and show our team here this week, and we will.
Where do you contribute the turnovers to? You think that's just maybe first team just, you know, wanting to go faster? Maybe they probably should.
Well, I think they came in, and it was kind of an equal opportunity turnover team, you know. It was all of our guys. And it seems to be the hardest thing to clear up. You know, sometimes, you know, players are prone to do that, and then they become mistake players. And those guys are going to find themselves sitting for us as we move forward. Sometimes that's the best way for a guy to learn. Some guys, you know, generally, I thought the turnovers came from trying to do too much. Just, you know, really good players I've found through the years just make the easy basketball play. They make the simple play with 2 feet on the ground, 2 hands on the ball. And we had a lot of one-hand passes. We had a lot of jump-in-the-air passes. You know, and they came from everybody. So I won't be specific to personnel, but we will try to learn to grow from it.
To get this win, I mean, obviously you kind of touched on it a little bit, but to get this win, like you said, kind of out of the way with what's kind of coming up, how big is that for this team as you start the regular season?
Yeah, it would have been horrific to have lost. And look, Wake is really good. And the film that I watched on them, they don't make the mistakes that we made. They pass, they catch. They don't turn it over. And we'll start watching film on those guys with our team this week, so that they can understand the urgency in making the easy play. Very, very talented team, and I think it'll be a great early test for our guys. And we will have time after this tournament to come back and try to learn, try to grow, which we'll do.
It's going to be a good test, you know, obviously basketball-wise, but how important is it for these young guys to learn how to prepare in a short time?
Yeah.
Also with a turnaround too during the tournament.
I think it's really important. You know, who listened? You know, we did try to game plan a little bit for this game. Who listened? Who actually did what we were trying to do defensively? Who did not? Who can you trust that second night when you're basically having to shoot around and coming out? And these tournaments are so great for us in that way, and that you think about it. Yeah, to get to the NCAA tournament where we are right now, you need to win your league, and you have to turn around and play in these 3-game formats. You hopefully not a 4-game format, but certainly a 3-game format, and this will be something that we can grow from as well, just having to play back to back against really good teams.
What do you think overall for the team?
A lot better. We improved a lot better. Got sloppy towards the end, but for the most part, we assisted on a lot of baskets as a team. It was a great improvement defensively. Felt like we harped on the things that we talked about in shoot around. So, and the results showed. So that was always good. That's always good to see.
Just good win, good to kind of get your feet wet.
Yeah, it's a good win, but no disrespect to the team we played against, but I mean we're about to play against some real good talent. The Power 5 schools in the tournament we're heading off to, leaving Tuesday, so we're gonna have to pick it up as a group and be nowhere near satisfied with this victory.
And I guess probably the only negative tonight for the turnovers.
I would say turnovers. Yeah, it's been kind of a bug for us, and really just towards the end there. But most of our turnovers are trying to make plays for someone else, which is a good thing. We didn't have nearly as many charges or anything like that, or But I think as a group we're getting better from week to week. So I'm excited to see how we go into the tournament.
What do you think overall?
We played good. Just got to limit our turnovers. I feel like once we start limiting our turnovers, like Coach said, we're going to be a better team for sure. Got a big one next week to start it off. So.
I feel like that was really the only negative tonight.
Yeah, the only negative is us turning the ball over. I feel like we got out and played fast. We can do that with Omega and Dominic for sure. And tried to rebound the ball, even though they were small. Keep that up and we'll be straight.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you?
Just trying to play with energy, man. I let the game come to me. I just try and I try to be the loudest man on defense, be the hub of the defense. Offensive stuff just gonna come to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.